So before I disappear, there's another, I've been into a separate video, there's another question that was asked by Andy Mack. So how are your energy levels while you were going through this process in training and general? This was such a good question. I might share that it's probably the most single, that this means more than anything. Like you can be dieting, you can be losing weight, you can be doing all the right things, but if you don't feel good, if you don't feel right, then you know, what's it all worth? The reason why I love this question was because he asked in training and in general. Now, in training, I felt amazing. I felt the best that I've ever felt. I felt light. I felt like, what's the word? Like my stomach felt empty, but I had like loads of energy. It's really hard to explain that, but you just feel like really light inside of yourself. And, you know, on the bike, like my numbers were great, my motivation was great, like everything. And you know, a lot of that was to do with caffeine. You know, True Start Coffee, the product I was using at the time, which is measured caffeine in each scoop of coffee, which is brilliant for athletes. I was taking that like pre-hard sessions. I want to say hard, they were like 2.5 hours with just non-stop VO2 max effort. I was taking that and I was having a Mars bar as well. Now, it doesn't have to be a Mars bar, I get quoted a lot for this, but anything with sugar in, can be a banana or whatever. I just, because I'd abstained from eating anything chocolatey or cake or anything like that, this was my time to have it, so to speak. So having the Mars bar then was brilliant for me. So on the bike, brilliant, yeah. And I don't think I actually had any bad days. And even the days when I was just doing kind of 3 to 4 hours steady with no effort, I wouldn't really have any kind of energy level dips. Now, in general, and I shouldn't really be answering this, Charlie should be answering this, and possibly even my parents. I was quite difficult to deal with sometimes. So if we were to go out for a meal, if we were to sit down for a family meal, because I had to eat at a certain point of the day and I had to you know, watch what I ate and stuff like that, it messed up kind of our whole system. Now, granted, I didn't make myself flexible enough. So there's obviously this diet was good, like it was making me good on the bike, but I didn't make myself flexible enough, and I've learned that now looking back on it. So, you know, now I'm doing it this time around, I know what to change and what to do better. So Charlie got a little bit annoyed at me at some points, and you know, I totally understand that. And you know, it was difficult to live with because of my energy levels off the bike were different to on the bike. On the bike, and this might be down to the caffeine, because I don't drink a lot of coffee anyway. I haven't drunk 1 drop of coffee out in Mallorca yet. So, sorry, Mallorca, Lanzarote. So my energy levels were affected off the bike. Now, I was taking it to the extreme though. You know, I was literally watching everything because it was more of an experiment than anything else. When I was doing the hill climb season. Now in Portugal, when I didn't sit at 57 kilos, I sat at 58 to 59. That 1 kilo, 2 kilos of difference made a heck of a difference to my mental state off the bike. I was a lot more calm, you know, I was having a bit of cake here and there, I was a lot more relaxed about it. So what I did was wrong. I was too focused on it. But I wanted to see basically what I was capable of, and I was astounded really, because I was able to, you know, drop this weight. I was able to actually increase my power ever so slightly by about 10 watts, and you know, I was flying, and I was far more efficient. So you know, all this happened, which made me mentally sound on the bike, but off the bike, because I was like cautious of the fact that I've got to eat this little portion, and then in after 2 hours time I'm eating this little portion, and all this is going through your head, and it basically fries your brain, is what it does. To use a phrase that Anthony uses a lot, it fries your freaking brain. So, you know, my advice to you is, you know, take it easy, allow yourself some of the pleasures, because I didn't, and although it worked like really well, it will get you eventually. The one thing I would say is though that like the amount of attention I pay to the nutrition is kind of like what the same attention guys who are training to go on stage for a men's physique contest would kind of do. I follow quite a lot of them on YouTube, and the way they do it is absolutely remarkable, and the amount of you know, willpower they have to actually set aside the meals to do it, to carry it out, all for that one end goal, is truly inspirational. And it got me thinking, like, why can't we just do it as athletes and as cyclists? Obviously it doesn't work entirely because we're doing cardio more than we do weight training, so it's a completely different dynamic, but you get my drift. So yeah, my energy levels were a little bit kind of up and down, but yeah, I'll be able to manage it better next time because of this experiment the first time round.